Hi, welcome to the second part of chapter 2. In the first part, we have covered about few aspects of the things that we had covered in chapter 1. We covered about handling missing data. We covered about encoding. Before that, we had also understood what missing value is, what imputation is. We also understood about different types of variables, different types of categorical variables, and how you can encode. And we had seen how to implement them in Python. And now in the second part, we would be understanding filtering data, how you can filter data, a different way of filtering data using Python. That would actually help you in data analysis. So what does filtering mean? Filtering is when you have a lot of complex data, as you can see in this illustration. When you have a lot of data, you write a piece of code or a set of lines of codes that actually help you in segregating the data as per a required condition. That is what filtering data means. So here, let us see and understand with an example. From the dataset that we have seen, dataset is of from the dataset that we have seen above. The dataset talks about the life expectancy of different countries across a given range of years. So here we would want to see the maximum total expenditure of a country which is developing. I would repeat that again. We would want to see the maximum total expenditure of a developing country. So if I would run it, we would see that this is 17.24 units. It can be in billions, it can be in dollars and all of that. $1 billion, it can be in uh, so because we do not know here, since it has not been provided, we just consider it units. Now I want to see the mean of the mean GDP of the developing countries, right? So we'll run this again. So here we see that the mean is 4792 US dollars. Now we would want to see all the columns just in case. I mean, we would try different variations so as to understand how things are working, right? So now we would see here we have seen how to filter on one condition. So this is one condition that we have had, right? This is one condition. I want to see developing countries. In that developing country, I want to see the total expenditures maximum value. But what if you want to have multiple conditions here itself, right? So in that case, this is the syntax for that. You'll have to segregate with an AND operator or this. So that is how we do it. So and these brackets are very important. If you would not keep these brackets, it would show an error. So for an example, if you want me to show it to you, I'll just remove these brackets here, right? And it will pop an error. So I've run this and it is showing type error, right? Because cannot compare a detailed integer with a scalar boolean value, right? So to avoid these kind of error, right, what we have to do is we'll have to segregate it with a value. Both have to be in brackets. So if now if I run it again, we would get a value. We'd get the unique value. So what exactly are we looking for? We are looking for a developed country. We want to look the unique values across the countries of those countries who are developed for the year 2010. That is what we want. Similarly, here we want to plot the data for India. What do we want to plot? We want to plot a year-wise GDP. So if we plot it again, it would, okay, we'll have to run this cell again. So if we plot it, you'll be able to see it, right? So this is what the year-wise GDP of India looks like. Now you're interested in finding the year-wise life expectancy of India, right? You can run it again. So now you will see that the life expectancy of India has only gone up since 2000, and that's a really good indicator, right? Now let's say you want to understand and plot infant deaths in India over the years, right? You can do it like that. You can see that the infant deaths has only gone down, which again is really very good. This shows that our health health infrastructure has gotten better over the years. Now I want to see what is the minimum of the infant deaths. Right here, I'm not able to see what exactly is the minimum. So I can just simply do it like that, and I'm able to see that it's 910, and that is exactly why it is showing below 1000 here. Right. I want to see the maximum GDP. Here we have seen the GDP. I want to see what is the maximum value of the GDP. GDP per capita, that is. So it is 1613 US dollars. Now there is one more thing. Now we want to see. I want to find those countries who have better stats than India in the year 2015. So these are our stats, right? You see that our GDP, maximum GDP has been 1613, 1613 US dollars, and the infant deaths minimum has been 910. So a better stats would be where the life expectancy is greater than India's life expectancy. That is 68 over here. We'll consider it 68, right? Where the GDP is greater than India's maximum GDP, right? That we would consider. So this is the code section for that. Here we are considering only those GDPs which have a GDP greater than India. Only those countries that are developing, because India is also a developing country. I am also looking for the life expectancy which has to be greater than 68. I'm also looking for the date. I'm also looking for the year, which is 2014, and the infant deaths has to be less than 910. So there are 4-5 conditions that I had put up in, right? And I want to find how many countries are like that in 2015 who were having better stats than India. So if we run it here, we are able to see that there are 71 such countries who have outperformed India, right? Now I am interested in finding the rank of India in the mentioned years. So this is the 71st rank, right? That is in the 2000 on in 2015. But I want to see over the years, has the rank gotten better? So let's say in 2004 the rank was, let's say, 115, but now in 2015 the rank is 71 now. So there are only 71 countries who are better than us, right? So that means in a span of 10 years we have actually gotten better. So this is for that only. So what we are doing here is we have created a list of years, and in that list we are calculating the rank, and then we are plotting the data. We are taking the GDP of the countries of India. We are taking India's GDP. We are taking life expectancy of India, and we are taking infant deaths of India. All these values of India, and then we are comparing that. We are comparing and finding the rank. How many unique countries are there who are having a rank better than India, and then we are appending that rank to a list, right? And then we would be plotting it. So now it will run, and when it is run, when it has run, we'll just plot it, and here we would see that earlier we were somewhere around 71 only. We were actually less than 70, but then by the time we reached 2005, we actually jumped near 200, and then we came back to 75, and that is exactly how the trajectory of India's rank has been over the years, right? So that is exactly how you would plot, and you can analyze the data as per the conditions. Not only you can analyze, but also filter the data. That is how you can get insights about the data. So to wrap it up, in this chapter we have covered till now, we understood what the dataset is all about. We understood the dataset. We had a look about on in the section of data preprocessing. We understood what data preprocessing is. In data preprocessing, we mainly emphasized and focused on, we had put up a focus on missing values and imputation. We understood what missing value is and how missing values can be dealt. What are the basic and most prominent ways of imputing missing values? Then we understood different functions where you'd be able, which would actually help you to find out the total number of missing values in a given column, right? And how you can fill those missing values. Then we had come down to encoding, where we understood the difference between nominal variable and ordinal categorical variable, and we also understood the different ways of encoding the data. All of these theoretical information is already there in the notebook. This notebook will also be shared with you in the Mount School portal. There you will be able to see it. Here we have also seen how one-hot encoding works, and there was it was explained with an example. Then we had a look at filtering data, how you can filter data, what are the different ways of filtering data, how you can use maximum and minimum aggregated functions to filter the data or to find the values of in a specific condition, how you can use more than one column, more than one filters on a column to get insights about the data, how you can plot the data using filtering techniques, how you can filter the data and plot at the same time, how you can plot different variables, and that also we have had learned. Also, we learned about how you can plot the data on many conditions, many different conditions, how to find the rank, how the rank was, how did we find the rank of India. So that was all about it in this chapter. In the next chapter, we would understand how to use data visualization for effective communication in data analysis, and how can you use data visualization using Matplotlib library. I'm looking forward to it and see you in the next video. Till then, bye.